And wherever you're watching live on Facebook, on Twitter, you are in for one hell of a thrill ride. Here we go between Sunoto and Hissam Samsudin. Both men predicting first round knockouts. Sunoto says it'll come via ground and pound. Samsudin says it'll happen on the feet, most likely from the hands of the boxing champion.
Samsudin's able to defend the first takedown, which is a good confidence booster for him. Stop the first takedown, really cement yourself that that's not where this is going to take place.
Looks for an early takedown again, there does Sunoto. Samsudin, though, avoids it. They're back in center cage. Right hand down the corridor from Sunoto. Shoots in for a double. Gets the takedown now. Samsudin looking for a way back to his feet, Mitch.
You can see Sunoto's trying to control the hips. He's pulling away from the cage, so Samsudin can't use the cage to get back up.
Driving takedown again from the Terminator. 1 minute down, opening round. Up kicks here from Samsudin. Preferably not where the boxer wants to be.
Good foot control from Sunoto. Easily able to pass the guard and go knee on belly.
Side control now for Sunoto. Cut the hip in there momentarily.
Samsudin's got the underhook on the left side. He's got to dig it a little bit deeper and start to shrimp out to the left. Sunoto's got heavy top pressure.
This is where Sunoto wants to be. Ground and pound territory. What can he get off from this position? Cuts the hip in again now, does Sunoto.
Ah, see that underhook. That was the key for Samsudin, able to get out of that position. Once he has that underhook, he's able to control Sunoto. He was able to get back into full guard.
Top position still for the Indonesian. Sunoto inside the closed guard. Now opens it up to Samsudin. From Sabah, Malaysia, out of the Borneo tribal squad. Closed guard again from Samsudin. You may remember the sad story of Samsudin's last contest. He competed the very night after his father passed away. His father had traveled to see him compete and passed away. During the journey, Samsudin still went on in the cage, Mitch. Amazing story.
Performed very well. Very good in that match. Now he's in that closed guard. You can see him trying to provide a little bit of a squeeze to his guard there. That's why he has his legs up high like that. He drops it back down. A little bit of ground and pound from both these guys. Sunoto's just got such heavy top pressure. It's hard for Samsudin to really throw up any submissions. And he's just burying his head in his chest and landing the ground and pound.
You see Samsudin trying to control the posture. He doesn't want to feel that ground and pound from Sunoto, and Kim Cheng breaks them.
Kim Cheng wants more action. He shall get it.
Crowd enjoying it. Big crowd continues to build up here at the Impact Arena on the biggest night in one championship history. Good long-reaching jab there from Sunoto. Switches to southpaw stance.
Sunoto slipping that left hand right down the middle. You got to see Samsudin start stepping off to the right there a little bit just to create a little bit of an angle, because Sunoto's coming right down the pipe with that heavy left hand.
Switching between southpaw and orthodox. Back to orthodox now, Sunoto. High left roundhouse kick from Samsudin. Sunoto looking for a takedown. Samsudin avoids it. Now he goes down.
Good dig on the underhooks from Samsudin, but Sunoto just kept attacking the takedown, and he's easily able to slide past the guard. Now in side control here as he's inching his way into position.
You can see evidence of that 3-month camp on Hissam Samsudin so far. The 6-week camp for Sunoto. Inside control for the second time in this opening round. Dominant position for the Terminator.
Sunoto does have some finishes from this position. He submitted Rin Sarath with a Americana key lock from this very position right here. So you can see him actually starting to attack that arm, going for the exact same submission. If he can slide his right hand under, there it is. He's got the hands locked up, and there it is.
Firearm control from Sunoto.
Samsudin able to turn out of the move and successfully defend, but he's got to create a little bit more scramble. He's got to try to explode, and he can't finish the round in this bad spot.
Side control, a position in which Sunoto has spent much of the round. Nice popping right hand to the schnoggin there. Up kicks from Samsudin. Back to his feet. Can he get a couple of punches off before the bell here? Edges forward, the boxer. Wants to throw that right hand. Throws it right before the bell, but misses. 1 round down, we go to the tags. Don't forget, folks, if you're watching on Facebook, you can also enjoy 2 of our main card contests on our Twitter feed. Follow us at One Championship.
And this was where Sunoto was seeing success. He's able to lock the legs, keep the legs driving into the takedown, and then just slide past and end up inside control. And that's where he really had most of his success, and that's where the majority of that match took place, is him on top, delivering the ground and pound, attempting submissions. I don't think we give him the near finish because he wasn't very close to it, but he was going after it.
Plenty of places to watch the biggest show in One Championship history tonight. Thailand on Thailand TV 32. In Vietnam, all the Martin Nguyen fans watch it on HTV at 8:30. In the Philippines on ABS-CBN Sports in Action. In Indonesia on SCTV. Wherever you're watching around the world right now, a lot of fans on Facebook. Watching from as far away as Mongolia, from Sydney, from South Africa, from Europe. Great to see inside the Impact Arena here in Bangkok. It's One Championship Iron Will, 2nd round.
Hear AJ Pyro screaming out, go for the body, attack the body. This is where Samsudin does his best work. It's in those boxing exchanges. His takedown defense is there.
You know that Samsudin does not want to get put on his back as he was during the 1st round, where we saw Sunoto inside control, dominant position, looking to get there again at the moment, the Indonesian.
See, Samsudin's telegraphing these punches. He's loading up for one big shot. Sunoto's able to see it, and as it's coming in, he slides under, clasps those legs, and gets that takedown. So I like to see Samsudin working more angles, not standing directly in front, throwing that jab out, setting up that big punch.
Review the position there of Sunoto's got that leg pinned of Samsudin. Where does the boxer go from here, Dragon?
See, he has the underhook on the left side again. You can see the arm is underneath the right arm of Sunoto. What that's going to do is that's going to be able to give him the ability to lift Sunoto up off him and shrimp out to the side so he can move his hips away from Sunoto. But you can see he chose to just defend there, but he might give up an arm triangle in the process. He's got to be careful there of that right arm. Because Sunoto loves that key lock. He loves the Americana. It's a shoulder lock. Sunoto loves to finish from that position. Now it looks like Samsudin's going to give up his back. But Sunoto's content to just sit there and soften him up a little bit with the ground and pound.
Good control being exhibited here from the Terminator. Top position inside the guard now of Samsudin. Well done from the Malaysian. Closes the guard. Doesn't want Sunoto posturing up here.
See, here he should probably, because he hasn't had much success either sweeping or standing up, is maybe just control the head to alleviate some of that damage. Sunoto's going to throw the legs off to the side. Sort of a
up kick there from Samsudin, came close. Calls from Sunoto's corner to look for the finish, find more aggression, which he's turned up the dial now.
Samsudin can't let Sunoto throw the legs off to the side like that. He's got to keep swiveling the hips, keep the legs in front of Sunoto.
The aggressometer needs to increase for both these men, particularly Samsudin. How does Samsudin dig deep from here, Mitch, and get that aggression flowing?
And it's hard because every time he tries to get aggressive, he tries to march forward and throw some big shots, he's getting taken down. So that's slowing his momentum. He has to put some punches together, land some big shots, and then start moving around. Not stand there and be so stationary after he throws, because that's where he's getting taken down, Michael.
Big hello to the thousands of fans watching live on Facebook, to Marion Sago in the Philippines, Tuan Van in Vietnam, Michael Abanas in Singapore. Hope you're all enjoying the live Facebook feed of these prelims, and also if you're watching live on Twitter, we'll have 2 of our main event contests for you on that Twitter stream.
See how Samsudin's just lying flat on his back? He can't sit there like that. Sunoto is so comfortable just to flatten him out and land shots. So Samsudin's got to create some movement. Well, it actually worked because he stalled and he got the stand-up.
This is where Samsudin wants to be, a chance for the boxing champion to work those mighty hands of his. Hasn't had too much success with them so far, but my word, if he lands that right hand, Sunoto will be in trouble. But not like that. Sunoto an easy takedown there, Mitch.
Yeah, that was a pretty simple, easily stopped takedown. There wasn't much of a setup. He just went in, grabbed the legs, and threw Samsudin down. Maybe it's the weight cut. Maybe dropping down to this weight is affecting Samsudin, and it's giving him a hard time, but Sunoto just seems to be controlling on the ground. Now he's in mount. Here come the punches. Samsudin's got to create some movement. Don't give up his back, though.
This is what Sunoto spoke about, the ground and pound, those heavy hands. This is how he said he'd finish Samsudin. Kemcheng right on top of the action. May try and put the hooks in. Maybe try and flatten him out and effect a choke from here for Sunoto. There are so many options. And the Indonesian on fire with 15 seconds to go in the second round.
He's just got to survive 15 seconds. He's got to defend that hand, though. He's got to fight the hands. He can't fall back like that. He's got one hand, peels it off the head, but Sunoto switches to the gable grip. He's not quite under the chin. I think he can survive. He seems to be shaking his head. Samsudin toughs out the choke.
2 rounds down and 1 remaining. Big hello to Rick Taylor watching in Adelaide, Australia. Also, Kendrick Stewart in Alabama, USA.
Check to see this, though. That was a nice connection right there, but Samsudin answered right back with a left hook and then a right hook, rather, and then a straight right hand. See, that was a simple takedown right there. He had the underhook. He could have dug it in a little bit more, but Sunoto picked him up off the ground easily, and this is how they finished the round. Sunoto on top, just letting down the punches. Samsudin's got to create something. He's got to stay on his feet this round, otherwise it's going to go Sunoto.
Mitch, if you're in Samsudin's corner, you're telling him to stay on his feet, and what else?
He's got to create some movement on the ground. He's allowing Sunoto to dictate where the match is taking place and getting flattened out on the bottom. So he's got to keep digging for those underhooks and create a scramble if he does hit the mat. But his punches, that's where he has most success. He's got to keep this on his feet, because if he goes to the ground, if he goes to the ground again, Sunoto's going to either wear him out for the last 5 minutes, or he's going to finish him with a submission.
Here we go, 3rd and final round. It's been Sunoto's contest so far. There's 5 minutes now for boxer Hisham Samsudin to turn the tide.
He's pushing forward. I'd like to see him moving a little bit. He's circling away from the power of Sunoto, which is good, but he's got to be careful. That double leg takedown, he's got to watch. He can't overcommit on that right hand.
Edging forward, thought about the right there. Got to start to unload the hands now, Samsudin. It's time to throw caution to the wind. Surely he knows he's trailing in this contest.
Here, Adam Kayu just screaming for Samsudin to throw the 1-2. Be careful with the takedown. Trying to work his athlete into a frenzy so he can finish strong in the last 4 minutes.
Edging forward again, Samsudin. He's got to cut off the cage, curb the footwork of Sunoto. And Kemcheng saying to both men, I need you to engage. 3 minutes 50 remains. It's all for Samsudin to do.
If Samsudin can time one of Sunoto's punches, you can see that Sunoto's dropping his right hand as he's throwing the jab. Samsudin's got a nice reach. If he can throw that counter left hook, he might be able to connect.
Is he still holding back too much here, though, Samsudin, Mitch? His time really is his enemy now.
I think he's terrified of the takedown. Oh, he defended one there. Nice little turn away. He's got to push forward, though.
We know he's got granite in his hands, Samsudin. But to land those hands, he's got to get into a range where Sunoto could attempt those takedowns.
But right now, Sunoto's the one out striking. He's landing these shots because I think Samsudin's a little bit tentative. He doesn't want to let go of that big right hand because he knows he's been taken down so many times. I like to see him work that jab, throw that jab out there. There's one.
Little uppercut missed the target for Sunoto. Under 3 minutes remaining now. Looks for the inside thigh kick to Samsudin. Sunoto with the jab. Samsudin is going to be horribly disappointed of himself if he doesn't let these hands go, Mitch, in the next 2 minutes 35.
See, there he had a perfect opportunity. You could see that Sunoto tried to roll away, but he rolled the wrong way. If Samsudin would have stepped in, he could have got him flush.
Inside leg kick from Sunoto. Is Samsudin waiting for a last-minute flurry? High left roundhouse kick going for the headache maker. Been no trip to the ground so far here in the third. It should be suiting Samsudin, but he's just not doing enough here, Mitch.
He's being more aggressive. You can see him controlling the center of the cage, you know, and working forward, pushing forward. But Sunoto hasn't attempted another double leg takedown since he got that turnaround. So I'd like to see Sunoto maybe shooting for a double leg here as we're approaching the 90-second mark, just to sort of solidify the round.
Both men pouring each other. Sunoto in southpaw stance. He's been switching the entire contest, Sunoto. Preferably, though, he enjoys the orthodox stance. Throws the lefters across there. Sunoto, I must say, Mitch, looking in tremendous physical shape tonight as well. He is ripped.
Yeah, he always looks like he's carved out of granite. He comes into each contest in complete condition, ready to go the entire duration of the match. And he's actually doing the same sort of speed that he was doing in the first round, but so is Samsudin. Samsudin doesn't look to be fatiguing too much here in the stand-up game.
Only 1 minute remaining of this contest. Now will we see Samsudin go for broke? Now will he throw caution to the wind?
He needs a finish at this point, Michael. If he doesn't finish Sunoto, I think that every category is going to go to Sunoto.
Sunoto just doing what he has to do here. Samsudin outside thigh kick, but no hands over the top for company. You may have been right, Mitch, when you said that he was terrified of the takedowns from Sunoto that proved so effective in the previous 2 rounds.
But now in the last 2 minutes, he hasn't really attempted another takedown, so Samsudin's okay, and he's starting to relax a little bit into his striking.
But it's too late, Mitch. There's 20 seconds to go. Now's the time to try and find one big salvo, one wicked combination.
You can see him push forward, and he throws a few punches, but there's no follow-up. There's a break. You know, he could shoot him for a takedown of his own, but there's a big takedown from Sunoto, but a nice reversal from Samsudin to end the match on top.
Full mount from Samsudin. Is it too little, too late? The most dominant position the Malaysian athlete had been in came in the final 5 seconds.
That was his best round. He looked a lot sharper, but Sunoto was outstriking him. He was countering more. We saw more aggression coming from Samsudin, but there was just too much time in the first part of that match where Sunoto was controlling. He was dominating the ground positions, had him inside control, really softened him up with the ground and pound, a couple of submission attempts. Overall, the match has got to go to the Indonesian Terminator Sunoto.
We'll be watching live around the world on Facebook. Hope you're enjoying it. Also our fans on Twitter. Big hello to Stefan Giesen in Germany. Mike Pascua in Hawaii. Let's go to Dominic Lau for our results.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of battle, we turn now to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have scored this bout in favor of your winner by unanimous decision from the blue corner, Sunoto!
No doubt about it, the Terminator Sunoto takes the victory by unanimous decision. A tremendous performance from the